So yesterday I went for an oil change up the street at a quick oil change spot, and the tech offered to check the cabin air filter, also known as the pollen air filter. And well, I figured, well, it's probably a pain in the neck to check it out. He said, oh no, and he just flipped down my glove box, and as easy as that, pulled the air filters out. Well, I was pretty surprised with what I saw here. Full of leaves and all kinds of nastiness. Really grimy dirt. It's like, what is this? Farm-driven car I bought used 2 years ago. And after I bought this car, it stank because the previous owner was a smoker. Filthy habit. And so I spent a lot of time scrubbing down the leather interior to refinish that and get the stink off that. Everything else, I did the aerosol bomb in the car and let the car run as prescribed for that to try and get rid of the stink. And ever since, I've had an air freshener in each of the door pockets, plus hanging, and the smell's pretty much gone away since then. But I had had this car maintained quite often at the dealership where I bought it, Acura RSX. And I brought it in the very first time I brought it in for an oil change and everything else. I asked them to check the pollen filter here as described on their sheet. That's when the car was, that was back 2 years ago, almost to the day. But no, I don't drive very far, so not a whole lot of kilometers. So they said, oh yeah, we checked the cabin air filter, doesn't need to be changed, that's fine. Okay, well, so I'll keep on driving the stanky car. The last one was on September 2011, about a year ago, a year and a month. And kilometers currently. Nope, kilometers are currently about 71,000. Not a whole lot of kilometers. So I'm wondering, is this something normal to pick up in the space of 1,000 kilometers? When I drive so little, I drive from my garage where the car is parked indoors, from my garage literally 2.5 kilometers up the street, a paved street, to the parking garage at the train station where I park covered and out of the elements. And then at the end of the day, it's another 2.5 kilometers back to the garage again. So that's why my kilometers are so low. So is this normal? Because that seems really nasty, and I find it hard to believe that a well-respected Legat dealership, Acura RSX, would check my air filters and tell me, oh no, they're fine, when they probably looked pretty similar to this. In the owner's manual with the car, dust and pollen filter. This filter removes the dust and pollen that is brought in from the outside through the heating and cooling system. Have your dealer replace this filter every 48,000 kilometers under normal conditions. It should be replaced every 24,000 kilometers if you drive primarily in urban areas that have high concentrations of soot in the air, or if the airflow from the heating and cooling system is less than usual.